In this video, we're going to look at law of sines and how it can be used to solve oblique triangles. Oblique triangles do not have a right angle in them. Your three angles will still add up to 180 degrees, but none of them are exactly 90. They're very easy to set up and solve. The equation given is just proportional. A is to sine of angle A, as B is to sine of angle B, which is also equal to side C over the sine of the angle C. Basically, just follow the law of sines. You will have enough information to fill out 3 of the 4 parts given any 2 of those fractions in the beginning. And it always helps just to see an example. So we're going to do a couple of examples. We're given side B is 19 units in length, angle C is 95 degrees, and angle B is 45. I don't ever draw these to scale just because I'm not that good, but I will show you how to label what's given and use the law of sines to find what's missing. Now, the first thing we can do without even drawing a triangle, which I'm going to go ahead and draw one, is angle A can be found by doing 180 minus 95 minus 45, because we know that the sum of the 3 angles has to come out to 180. So I'm going to go ahead and sketch this out. Again, nothing drawn to scale, just doing the best I can, sketching the right parts. So we've got 95 here, 45 here. The vertices are always labeled with a capital. The opposing sides are labeled with a lowercase, so side B is 19. If you go across the triangle from angle B, that's where side B is located. Okay, so now just from mere subtraction, we can get this angle 180 minus the 2 angles given. And let's see, I'm going to get the calculator out. All right, I'm getting 40 degrees as the remaining amount. So that's angle A, 40 degrees. Now, I will mention while we're in the middle of this problem is I'm going to go ahead and try to go after side A. I'm going to label it with red. You do want to pick 4 bits of information that you can write as a proportion. For example, A is to sine of 40 degrees. As is 19 is to sine of 45. You will pick 2 of the 3 fractions from the very top and use the information given or what you found so that you know 3 of the 4 parts of the fractions. Excuse me, the proportions. Notice there are 4. We have A that's unknown, but the other 3 parts we do know. With these, once you've got 3 of the 4 parts figured out, cross multiply. So A sine 45 is equal to 19 sine 40. And so that tells us that A is equal to 19 sine 40 divided by sine 45. Okay, so let's see. And let me look on WebAssign. It says round your answer to 2 decimal places. So that's what we'll do. Make sure your calculator is in degree mode. If it's not in degree mode, change it from radians to degrees. And then we go 19 sine of 40, close parentheses, divided by sine 45. And I'm getting 17.27. And then whatever the length units of length are, these problems just have numbers. They don't really specify any units. All right, so A is 17.27. Okay, so we know all three angles, and now we know two of the three sides. The only thing left to find is side C. I hope that green shows up okay. C over sine 95. I wouldn't use the rounded off A. I would stick with 19 over sine 45, the original B values given. Anytime you round in mid-problem, you lose accuracy at the end. So I would try my best to use information from the original values given, or at least parts that you haven't had to round. Okay, so cross multiply. 19 sine 95 divided by sine 45. Now I skipped a step in there, but if you follow the part in red, I did the exact same steps with C. And let's round that to 2 decimal places. 19 sine 95, close parentheses, divided by sine 45. I get 2677. If you round that third number is a 7, which makes the 6 go up to a 7. So 26.77. And now we know all lengths and all angles. And that's the goal when you're asked to solve a triangle. Again, these are not right triangles, they're oblique. So Pythagorean theorem is out of the window. Even if you know two of the three sides, unless you're guaranteed it's a 90-degree or a right triangle, don't use Pythagorean theorem. Okay, let's do another example. This one is angle side angle. If you find the information given consecutively as you make a trip around the triangle, the order is angle side angle, which is totally appropriate for law of sines. In the previous example, we had, what was it? Side angle angle. We still had two angles given, but it wasn't the side between them. That's okay. If you're given two angles and a side, you can use law of sines. Very helpful. All right, now let's get in here and figure out what we can start. We got to get a foothold. All right, that's side A. This is side B. None of that's given. Only the original information in the example. Now we do know two angles, so that makes it easy to find the third. C is going to be the difference between 180 and the two angles given, which are 35 and 40. All right, so let's take 180, subtract 35, subtract 40. I get 105. Okay, so I'm going to go up to the diagram and label that. 105. Okay, now we've got all the angles figured out. Now it's a matter, do we want to get A first and then B? That part doesn't matter. I'm just gonna do an alphabetical order. It's totally random. We have A over sine 35 equals, now this next fraction we pick, we have to know both pieces. Luckily for us, we know side C and angle C, so we can set that equal to 9 over sine 105. Okay, again, so you're going to use two of the three fractions given on the very first slide. When you pick your two fractions, you've got to know both values of one fraction and at least one of the two values of the other fraction. We do. Since we're after side A, we can cross multiply. Or you can just think of it this way. I'm going to multiply both sides by sine 35. And so it's going to be 9 sine 35 over sine 105. And let's see, I'm going to check web assign. This one's also round to 2 decimal places. So A is approximately 9 times sine 35, close parentheses, divided by sine 105. I get 5.34. Okay, so that takes care of A. Now we can go in here and get B. B over sine 40. Let's put that equal to, let's use that same fraction, 9 over sine 105. That one we didn't ever have to do any rounding. I try to avoid using parts that have been rounded. Multiply both sides by sine 40, and that gives us B equals 9 sine 40 over sine 105. And to 2 decimal places. Don't forget to close your parentheses behind the 40. I get 5.99. And so now we know all 3 angles, all 3 sides. Let's look at an example or two of finding the area of a triangle when you're given side, angle, side information. Let's sketch the information given. We've got an angle and 2 sides given. I'm going to sketch them. They're not going to be drawn to scale, of course. I'm not that good at drawing to scale. I do note that A is 122 degrees. So I know that one's got to at least be obtuse. And that's going to be quite a reach. That's about as good as it gets with me, y'all. All right, A is 122 degrees. Side B is 7. Side C is 5. Now remember, we can't hop in here and use Pythagorean theorem to get the other side, but we don't need to. What I mean by side, angle, side is if you go around the triangle, the order of the information given is you know a side, you know an angle, and then you immediately know another side. That's what's meant by side, angle, side. Anytime you have side, angle, side, you can get your area by taking half of the sides multiplied times the sine of the angle in between. Half of the sides times sine of the angle in between. You can go for it all at one time in your calculator if you like. So I'm going to go 0.5. You can type in a half, it's totally fine. Times 7 times 5 times sine 122. And let's see, our problem on WebAssign says go to one decimal place, so that's what I'll do. I'm getting 14.8. These don't require you to put in units, but if you were required, they would be units squared because it's area. But WebAssign's just looking for this number here. All right, we'll do another example on the next slide. Still side angle side. Let's look at C is 150, 150 degrees. A is 14, B is 10. Okay. Let me clean that 4 up a little bit. Okay, let's sketch this out. C is 150 degrees, so that is quite a bit of an obtuse angle. That's okay. You don't have to sketch these out perfect. They just enough to get the idea. Because mine certainly are not perfect. A, B, all right, C's 150. Side A is 14. Side B is 10. Okay, so this is another case of side angle side. Side angle side. I'm just highlighting. You don't have to highlight at home. That's just, again, to just reiterate what side angle side is meaning. Okay, the formula is real easy to follow. Area, if it's side angle side, your area is half of the lengths of the sides given, so that's 10 times 14 times sine of the angle in between, so that's sine of 150, and then we'll round this one to the nearest tenth also. I just try to be consistent with what you see on your homework. 0.5 times 10 times 14 times sine 150. Wow, that can come out to 35 on the dot. Again, this is all you're required to enter, but suppose these measurements were in feet, they would be square feet, or if it's metric like centimeters, they would be centimeters squared or square centimeters, however you want to write. Just remember areas as a unit that's squared.